parents. Today we're doing a quick video on how to use School Dismissal Manager, which will roll out January 6th, the Monday we come back from our winter break. So you should have already received an email. This was the subject line, important announcement about your child's dismissal instructions. If you'd like to, you can just do a search. If you've already deleted the email, go ahead and search for info@schooldismissalmanager.com in your email, and that should pull up this email. It's important that you find this email because it gives you your username and your first-time password. Once you've already logged in and set it up, then you'll have a default password that you've created and not this generic password. So you can read through this email. We have like a disclaimer up here saying everything's going the same with dismissal as of right now, but after break things will be different and we're going to use this system. School Dismissal Manager is a mobile application as well as a web page that parents can log into to change dismissal instructions for their Explorer on a daily basis if needed. And I'm going to walk you guys through what that looks like. So click here and it brings you to this page. And then you're going to make sure you use this username and this password for your first time login. Since Jessica's already logged in, her password has been changed and updated. Now once you log in to the web page, this is basically what it looks like. And this is essentially going to replace for us the parent and absent notification submission from our website that we have currently. So this asks for a lot of information and it takes a lot more time. We're going to turn this absence notification tab off once we launch School Dismissal Manager. So Jessica has 2 Explorers here at Villa Bella Expeditionary, and let's say today is the 18th and they're not going to be getting picked up in the car loop. So every parent has the ability to change the default dismissal instruction. As you can see, Jessica's is set to car loop for both Caleb and Ridge on a daily reoccurring basis. So as long as she's coming to pick them up in the car loop every day, she doesn't need to log in or do anything. This is only to let us know if there's a change of plans or an exception. So let's say today there is a change of plans. We're just going to click on the day of the exception that needs to be made, and then we're going to go to dismissal options. And there's a few different options here. Let's say today Jessica, instead of driving through the car loop, wants to park in the dirt lot on the south end of the building and walk up on the sidewalk to pick up Caleb and Ridge. So she's going to select parent, park and walk up for both students. And then she also can put who is going to be picking him up. And if it's her, she can just type her name and select it. Or if it's somebody else, like let's say she's going to have a friend pick up Caleb, she can start typing that parent's name and make sure that it's the right parent. And then those exceptions have been made. So let's say I accidentally made those exceptions and I'm really just going to be using the car loop. I can cancel those at any time before 2 p.m. So if there's any changes in the dismissal instructions for the day, you just need to make sure that they're updated through here. We're not going to really need the late arrival piece, but this leaving early and coming back, if you're going to pick them up for an appointment but they're going to be coming back, this is a good way to just notify us who's going to pick them up, what time are you going to be here to pick them up, and why are you picking them up early. So that's great for us. That gives us a report for the day, and it'll allow us to make sure your student's ready and waiting when you come to pick them up, just as long as you select the right time and you're here at that time. Some other things to review. This is also where we're going to report absences. So for, let's say your Explorer is sick and we need to know that we don't need to worry about dismissal instructions for them on the day that they're sick. You can just let us know that they will be absent, sorry. And you can just say sick or whatever the details are. And then you can hit update schedule changes. So let's go ahead and just put that in. And that lets us know that Ridge is not going to be here at school today and we don't need to worry about making sure he's in the car loop to get picked up. So that's a quick overview of those different options. And as you can see, Ridge isn't here today, but Caleb is defaulted to car loop. Now, let's say you're done with the car loop. You don't want to do the car loop anymore. You'd rather park and pick up. Most parents have the default set to car loop, but if you want to change your student default, you can come up here and click on this Parent Preferences and Student Default tab, and you can change the default to whatever it is you want to change it to. So if it's park and walk up, you just need to type in the parent name that's going to be picking them up, and you can set that for both students, and then you'd hit update information. So that would make it so that it says, instead of car loop, it says park and walk up. Those are our main pieces of information for this program at this time. The other difference with School Dismissal Manager that doesn't have too big of a change on parents' end is, instead of us calling on the radio, every parent will be assigned a Fastlane number, and we'll distribute new decals, and we'll give each parent the amount of decals that they've purchased. We're just going to reprint those off. The number is essentially the same, but there's one extra digit to redefine who is picking up, because it's specific to parents. So if there's a brother or a sister or a grandparent that's picking up the student, then we have to have a unique number for each of those people. But regardless, we'll distribute new decals, and the only difference for us on our end is we're going to be typing those numbers in as you are parked in the car loop, and those that'll notify the teacher via their TV monitor and their classroom who's here and in what order you've arrived. So no change on your end for dismissal in terms of car loop instructions. We'll just distribute new car decals for each of those parents with different numbers. Otherwise, you can leave this as is. This is only to report an absence or to change a dismissal instruction. And one other thing I wanted to show is you can go out in advance. So let's say this Wednesday, you know that you're not going to be able to pick up your students, so you can go to Wednesday and you can say, actually, they're going to be going to the car loop still, but I'm going to have my friend pick them up because I'm not going to be in town. So that's how you can go ahead and do a carpool, essentially, is just select car loop and then type the parent's name. It's important that you don't type all of it. You actually just want to type until it pops up and then select it from this hyperlink list below. Otherwise, it won't work. So that has changed it so that Wednesday, Caleb and Ridge will be car loop, but we will get a report at 2 p.m. every day of who is going where, and it just helps us stay nice and organized, and it's a lot easier for you than typing in all of this information in this absence notification tracker. So this will get turned off. You will report absences through School Dismissal Manager, and you will also make exceptions to student transportation or dismissal via the School Dismissal Manager website or mobile application. So if you have any questions, you can email me at logan@villabellaschool.org, or you can call the front office and we can talk you through it. The bulk of the information is in this first parent letter. Do a search in your email to find the email. That way you have your username and password. Otherwise, I think that is all of the information that you need at this time. We won't be rolling this out until after winter break, but it's a good idea to download the app, get logged in, and even practice. You can go ahead and change the dismissal instructions for your student and just kind of practice and get comfortable with it so that on the 6th it runs smoothly. Thank you and have a great day.